Imagine a time long ago, from 1550 to 1200 BC, called the Late Bronze Age. This was a period of remarkable human achievement and cultural development. Societies flourished and people made significant advancements in various fields. People were really smart then. They had scholars who studied the stars, marketplaces bustling with trade, and craftsmen who created beautiful artifacts. They built amazing cities, created writing, and traded all sorts of things. These trade routes connected distant lands, allowing for the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture. But then, around 1200 BC, everything changed. A series of catastrophic events led to the sudden collapse of these advanced civilizations. It's called the Bronze Age collapse. It was a disaster. Entire cities were reduced to rubble, and the once thriving trade networks disintegrated. Cities were destroyed, trade stopped, and even their writing disappeared. The loss of writing meant that much of their knowledge and history was lost to time. It's a big mystery, like a puzzle historians are still trying to solve. What could have caused such a widespread and sudden collapse? How could such advanced people disappear so fast? Theories range from natural disasters like earthquakes and droughts to invasions by foreign armies. It affected a huge area: Greece, Egypt, Turkey, and the Middle East. The interconnectedness of these regions meant that the collapse in one area had ripple effects throughout the others. Big empires like the Mycenaeans, the Hittites, and the Egyptians all collapsed. These were some of the most powerful and influential civilizations of their time. It wasn't just one thing, but lots of problems that happened over many years. A combination of factors, including economic troubles, social upheaval, and environmental changes, contributed to the downfall. It's a reminder that even strong societies can fall apart. The story of the Bronze Age collapse serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of human civilization and the importance of resilience and adaptability. Before the disaster, the Late Bronze Age was a great time for new ideas. This era, spanning from approximately 1550 to 1200 BCE, was marked by significant advancements and cultural exchanges that laid the foundation for future civilizations. People in the Eastern Mediterranean and Near East were connected through trade, talking to each other and sharing what they knew. These trade routes were like the lifelines of the ancient world, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies across vast distances. They built huge palaces and temples, learned how to work with metal, and made beautiful art. The architectural marvels of this period, such as the grand palaces and intricate temples, stand as a testament to their engineering prowess and artistic sensibilities. The Mycenaeans in Greece were like the warriors of their time, with fancy palaces and bronze weapons. Their society was heavily militarized, and their warriors were renowned for their skill and bravery in battle. They were good sailors and traders, and their special writing, Linear B, tells us about their lives. Linear B, an early form of Greek writing, provides invaluable insights into their administrative practices, economic transactions, and daily life. The Hittites in Turkey were super strong, like the Egyptians. Their empire, centered in Anatolia, was one of the major powers of the ancient Near East, rivaling even the mighty Egyptians in terms of military and political influence. They were good at making things out of iron, which helped them in wars. The Hittites were among the first to master ironworking, giving them a significant advantage in weaponry and tools, which played a crucial role in their military successes. They also had laws and wrote everything down on clay tablets. These tablets, inscribed with cuneiform script, reveal a complex legal system and a highly organized society. Egypt was ruled by powerful pharaohs. These rulers were considered gods on earth, wielding absolute power and overseeing vast construction projects that have stood the test of time. They built giant temples and tombs, created hieroglyphs, and were really good at math, looking at the stars and medicine. The Egyptians' contributions to science and medicine were groundbreaking, with their knowledge of astronomy and mathematics influencing future generations. The Nile River made their land perfect for growing food. The annual flooding of the Nile deposited nutrient-rich silt along its banks, creating fertile land that supported abundant agriculture and sustained the Egyptian civilization for millennia. All these civilizations traded with each other, things like copper, tin, wood, fancy clothes, perfumes, and gold. This extensive trade network not only facilitated economic prosperity, but also fostered cultural exchanges that enriched all participating societies. It was a time of amazing art and stories. The literature and art from this period reflect the rich tapestry of myths, legends, and historical events that shaped the identities of these ancient cultures. The Mycenaeans made beautiful gold masks which were used in burial rituals to honor their dead and demonstrate their craftsmanship and wealth. The Hittites carved big pictures on rocks, depicting scenes of their gods, kings, and daily life, which provide us with a glimpse into their beliefs and societal structure. And the Egyptians decorated their temples with elaborate carvings and murals showcasing their religious devotion and artistic achievements. These decorations often depicted scenes from their mythology, daily life, and the afterlife, offering a window into their world. One reason for the Bronze Age collapse might be climate change and natural disasters. Scientists have found clues that show big environmental problems around 1200 BC. Studies of old pollen and tree rings show a long drought, meaning no rain in the eastern Mediterranean. This would have ruined crops and caused people to go hungry. Even the Nile River didn't flood like it usually did, making things worse. And there were other problems too, like volcanoes. A big volcano, Thera, erupted around 1600 BC, sending ash into the sky and changing the weather. Earthquakes also destroyed cities. All these problems made things really hard for people. Not enough food led to fighting, and because everyone was connected through trade, problems in one place quickly spread to others. Another reason for the collapse might be mysterious invaders called the Sea Peoples. These enigmatic warriors appeared suddenly in the historical record, causing widespread destruction and chaos. Their origins remain a subject of intense debate among historians and archaeologists. Egyptian writings tell us about these scary warriors who attacked cities from the sea. Pharaohs like Ramses III documented their encounters with the Sea Peoples, describing fierce battles and desperate defenses. The Egyptians managed to repel them, but the cost was high. We don't know exactly who they were, but they seem to be a mix of different groups. Some theories suggest they were displaced populations from the Aegean, Anatolia, or even the Balkans. The diversity of artifacts found in their wake supports the idea of a coalition of different peoples. Maybe they left their homes because of the environmental problems. Severe droughts, crop failures, and natural disasters could have forced them to seek new lands. The Bronze Age was a time of significant climate change, which might have triggered mass migrations. Egyptian pictures show them with swords, spears, and shields. These depictions highlight their advanced weaponry and combat skills. They were formidable opponents, well equipped for both land and the sea battles. They had special ships for fighting. These warships were designed for speed and maneuverability, allowing them to launch surprise attacks on coastal cities. Their naval prowess was a key factor in their ability to spread terror across the Mediterranean. They attacked cities like Ugarit, a big trading city. Ugarit was a wealthy and influential city-state known for its extensive trade networks. The destruction of Ugarit by the Sea Peoples marked a significant blow to the region's economy and stability. We don't know if the Sea Peoples were the main reason for the collapse or just took advantage of the situation. The late Bronze Age was already a period of turmoil, with many civilizations facing internal strife and external threats. The Sea Peoples might have been opportunistic invaders, exploiting the chaos for their gain. Maybe they were looking for new homes because of the drought, or maybe they just wanted to take over. The exact motivations of the Sea Peoples remain unclear, but their impact on the ancient world was undeniable. They left a trail of destruction that reshaped the political landscape of the Mediterranean. Many civilizations were already having problems, so the Sea Peoples might have been the last straw. The combination of environmental stress, economic decline, and social upheaval created a perfect storm that the Sea Peoples exploited. Their invasions were a catalyst for change, ushering in the end of the Bronze Age and the beginning of a new era. Imagine a row of dominoes. When one falls, the others fall too, right? Well, that's kind of what happened in the Bronze Age. When one civilization collapsed, it caused problems for others. Trade stopped, friends became enemies, and smaller countries that depended on bigger ones were in trouble. It was a chain reaction, a big mess. At the end of the Bronze Age, things were going downhill. Societies that were once strong started to fall apart. Trade and communication stopped, leaving everyone vulnerable. What happened? Was it natural disasters? Fighting within the civilizations, or those mysterious sea peoples? After all the chaos, the world was completely different. New leaders came to power and old kingdoms disappeared. Everything changed, from how people were ruled to their culture. The Bronze Age collapse wasn't just an ending, it was a new beginning. The Bronze Age collapse teaches us important lessons. We learn about how connected systems can be fragile, how environmental problems can affect us, and how important it is to be strong when things go wrong. History helps us understand the present and plan for the future. Historians and archaeologists are still fascinated by the Bronze Age collapse. Every new discovery helps us understand what happened. As we learn more about the past, we appreciate how smart and strong our ancestors were.